Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about 5 things to increase your productivity and to stop procrastinating. So the first step I would take is to clean out the space you're working in. So for me, that's my bedroom. So I make sure to tidy up the whole bedroom. Also, I would start off with a really clean desk, so I would only put my computer, a bottle of water, maybe some paper and the pen, and nothing more on your desk. And also, don't keep your phone on your desk. Put your phone somewhere away where you can get it later, but don't put it on your desk because phones are really distracting. And then also something we need to clear out and start fresh with is our minds. So if you have something on your mind that is really bothering you and nagging you and you can't concentrate, try to figure out that thing first. And if it's something that is not solvable in a certain short period of time, then try and do some yoga or some jogging, something to refreshen your mind and start out on a clear mental space. The second step I would take is set yourself a deadline, because if we don't set ourselves a deadline, we tend to just push and push and push the tasks that we don't want to do, and that is called procrastination. So I would set myself a deadline, and if I don't take my deadline seriously, I would tell a lot of people about it. So your best friend, your mom, your boyfriend, and tell them to ask you whether you've continued working on your task or whether you've completed your task. Tell them to ask you all the time. And that is probably a little bit of pressure, but I think that I don't want to disappoint my mom by saying, oh no, I didn't do anything today. So I will be much more likely to do the work that I actually need to do because I know that she will ask me about it later. So that's a little tip that you can use to fulfill your own deadline. Also, something that I oftentimes do is set myself a timer. So I will write myself a to-do list and see what things I need to be doing and approximate how much time I will need for each task. And then before I start to do a new task off of my to-do list, I will set myself a timer for the approximated amount of time I will need and try to complete the task within that time frame. And that really maximizes your time, because sometimes I feel like we tend to stretch out the things that are more pleasurable in contrast to the things we actually need to do in order to procrastinate. So if I, for example, need to do laundry, but I also need to write on my bachelor's thesis, I will take forever doing the laundry because it's more pleasurable to me than writing my bachelor's thesis. But if I know I only have 20 minutes to complete the laundry, I will be much more quicker because I really want to accomplish doing things within that time frame. And here again, it's important to take your timer this time seriously and not put snooze, but really try to stay within that time frame and see it as a set thing that can't be changed. And if you need more time than the actual timer without stretching out the time frame, then try and either stop the exercise you're doing right now and try to finish it after you've done all of your other to-dos, or push behind your to-dos, which will mean you will get down later that day, which will probably motivate you for the next day to stick to your time frames. The third step I want to talk about is creating a to-do list, and this is the ultimate tip. To-do lists are everything. I will give you an example right here of how I structure my to-do lists. So first I start off with everything I need or want to accomplish that day. So write down everything. Then I will do priorities. I will structure my to-do list in a specific way. So I will start off with an easy task, something to get me motivated in the morning, to get me going. I can check that off immediately and it makes me feel good. So I will do some cleaning or some house chores, and that's the first cross for me, which is amazing. And then I will do a really challenging, longer task. So I will, for example, do some more work on my bachelor's thesis, read some text for uni, do some reading responses, things that need to be done that are taking longer and that maybe not as pleasurable. And then I will do something shorter again, for example, writing some emails, preparing tutoring lessons, things like that. So I will always alternate like easy task, hard task, easy task, hard task, and do that all day long, because that's something that keeps me motivated. And because if you try and do like hard tasks face to face, it can be too overwhelming and you might end up giving up much earlier. Also, I really like written to-do lists because I can tick them off or cross them out or like check them off, because I feel like this is so satisfying if you've done something and you can just like put check next to it, which is amazing. Also, after I write everything down, I put it in priorities, like I said. So I do the important things, the longer tasks get a priority for me, and then I just put like random smaller tasks that I also need to be done that day in between. And I will put things that can be done the next day, because sometimes task will take longer and you will need to postpone something to the next day. So at the bottom should be things that are not like really terrible if you do them the next day. And that's also something I would do. So try and complete everything, but if you don't, then postpone the things you didn't get done to the next day and do them first thing in the morning. And sometimes if you have a lot on your plate, I think it's a really strong thing to do to ask somebody for help, because I feel like most time we try to accomplish so much by ourselves, and we could get it done much more easily by just asking somebody to assist you or to help you, or maybe to take one or two tasks from you if you're really under a lot of time pressure. And I feel like there's no shame in asking other people. So if you're able to do that, if you have some people in your life that are willing to support you, then that's great. And then don't forget, if you have more time and these people are stressed out, also offer your help to people who are just overwhelmed in a certain situation. And I think that's great if you can do that with the people that you love. The fourth part is to don't forget to take breaks and rest. I feel like that you should have one rest day a week, preferably like the Sundays, where you don't do any work whatsoever. I know that some chores around the house and things like that have to be done, but I mean like computer work or whatever profession you might pursue. You should have like one set day a week where you don't think about that, where you just do something to recharge your batteries and be who you want to be and like do what you want to do that day. And I think having one rest day will give you much more energy to be productive the next 6 days to come. And also alongside with that, don't forget to take breaks in between your day, because I feel like we sit in a room for like several hours and we don't even notice like how bad the air is in the room. So get up at 1 to 2 hours and let some fresh air in. Go out for a quick walk or just walk around your apartment. Maybe do some, I don't know, maybe make yourself some coffee or drink a huge glass of water. Things like that, something to get our system going. Try to stand up and do something really quickly in order for your blood to circulate and in order for you to start fresh again once you sit down on your desk. And the last and final step, step 5, is to reward yourself once in a while. So what I will do is, if I have a big milestone like my bachelor's thesis, I will reward myself with a pochette felicie that you've seen in 1,000 videos. Or if I have like smaller steps that I have to take, I will reward myself with my favorite dinner or a glass of wine or some chocolate and things like that. Something that makes you happy and something that makes you appreciate the hard work you put into that day. If you didn't have such a successful day, don't beat yourself up. Just say, I will do it better tomorrow, and that will really help you be motivated. Don't be too hard on yourself. You are your worst critic, so I believe that if you had a successful day, you can reward yourself, but don't beat yourself up if you didn't. You will do it better the next day or the day after, so that's fine as well. And also, one general tip, don't forget to drink a lot of water and don't forget to sleep enough. And those are all of my tips and tricks. I hope you really enjoyed them, and I hope they will helpful and help you to be more productive and to stop procrastinating. And if you liked it, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you for my next video. Bye bye!